but coherence is also 9. Fluency and coherence is 9 marks. So people wouldn't even try to understand what coherence is. Well, today I'm going to talk more about coherence as well, but that's the problem. The problem is, the YouTube, the videos which people misunderstand in a different way. Using just the 5 words will not get you 7 or 8 times. Coherence is equally important. We'll understand more about it in today's session. See, there are a lot of problems in the histories have been solved. How a bigger problem, when you break it down into a smaller one, may not look like a problem at all. So the problem is that 2 minutes is the factor. 2 minutes is a very big window of time, isn't it? Considering you have to endlessly speak for 2 minutes. Now the bigger problem can be resolved by using a simple technique called divide and conquer. The 2 minute time interval, you're going to divide them into 30 seconds of 4. Hi everyone, my name is Nakul and welcome back to my channel Skills IELTS. Well, today in this video we're going to talk about the most important, peculiar and unique speaking IELTS part 2, that's a cue card topics. I've already covered the speaking part 1 in my other video. Well, if you haven't watched that video, I request you kindly go and watch that first before you continue to watch this video. And also we conduct online classes, in fact only online classes. So if you're interested to pursue our services, you can check the information given in the description. The email ID is shared, Skills IELTS with Nakul. You can send the email ID and avail our services. Well, today we're going to talk more about the cue card topics. In fact, what problems people face, how to solve the problems. Do I need a template or a structure? Well, is there a template or structure? Each and everything I'm going to address in detail. So let's quickly start off. So before we go further, let's understand briefly about how well you are evaluated. Well, I have discussed this in detail in my other video. I don't see any reason why I have to do it again in this video. So kindly check the other video. The link is shared in the description. IELTS speaking part 1. So basically how you are evaluated with respect to 4 components. The first is the fluency and the coherence. Fluency is the delivery of the speech. How smoothly are you able to speak and communicate your message to the examiner. Coherence is the connection of the ideas. Do you randomly shoot the points or you articulate your thoughts? You bring up a thought and you articulate, you build on top of it, That's the coherence. So fluency and coherence, you'll be given marks for it. And then comes lexical resource. It's the art of paraphrasing. I've clearly explained in my other video, kindly check that. And then comes grammar. Grammar is all about tenses. Could be present tense, past tense, future tense. And then sentence structures, a lot many stuff. And then comes the pronunciation. Pronunciation is not about your accent, so don't change your accent. Speak in a way you would end up speaking with your friend. Speak clearly so that the person who listens to you will understand what you're speaking. That's all it is. So if you're not clear about it, kindly watch my other video. The link is shared in the description. You will have a better idea as to what I'm talking about. So this is exactly what I just told. Fluency and coherence is the flow of the ideas, the connectors, such as due to this, so, hence, that in addition, consequently. They all come under coherence, and fluency is their smooth way of speech. Lexical resource is a wide variety of vocabulary and the art of paraphrasing. And then comes the grammar, which has the knowledge of tenses, could be sentence formation, etc. And then comes pronunciation. So if you haven't really watched that video, kindly go and watch it first, because henceforth I'll be assuming that you watched the video and taking you through. So let's understand how the cue card topic takes place in the exam. It comes in the second module. The first is a part 1. Once you finish the part 1, the examiner will instruct you and she will give you or he will give you a topic. You'll get 1 minute to look at the topic and prepare your points. You'll be given a pencil and paper as well. You can jot down the points if you want, but 1 minute will be given as a preparation time, and if 1 minute preparation time lapses, you have to speak ideally for 2 minutes, but sometimes the examiner will ask you to stop before 2 minutes, within 2 minutes, or maybe after 2 minutes. It's completely under the discretion of the examiner. So something like this may come. Describe a book you have recently read. You should say what kind of book it is, what it is about, why you read the book, and explain the outcome. Well, before we go further, let's understand the problems people end up facing. A lot of problems people face, and I'm sure that's the reason you're watching this video too. The first problem is people do not think about the evaluation criteria and end up speaking endlessly. Well, this is one of the major problems, because It's more of a point that people don't want to know about the evaluation criteria because they consider it something really complex. So instead what they do, they just mug up something and try to speak endlessly, which is not going to fetch you any mark. For all the problems, the solution is knowing how you are scored, and I've already explained that in the part 1. You need to really understand how well you're scored, and only when you know that, then the real thing starts as to how to practice, how to get that 9. So if you're facing this problem, just to speak endlessly without understanding the evaluation criteria, the first step is to understand how you are scored and accordingly start your practice. Well, the next problem is people don't give preference to coherence, cohesion at all, and only work on vocabulary. Well, I'll tell you where this is coming from. A lot of YouTube channels use these 5 words to get 7 bands. Now guys, it doesn't work like that. So because of this, a lot of people end up focusing more on the vocabulary, but vocabulary is just a part of it, isn't it? Out of 9, you get some marks for vocabulary, but coherence is also 9. Fluency in coherence is 9 marks. So people wouldn't even try to understand what coherence is. Well, today I'm going to talk more about coherence as well, but that's the problem. The problem is, the YouTube, the videos which people misunderstand in a different way. Using just the 5 words will not get you 7 or 8 bands. Coherence is equally important. We'll understand more about it in today's session as well. The third problem is you worry too much about the content and mess up everything. Well, this is the major problem because people think that content is given a lot more importance. You have to be really good at it. Important points. Guys, task response is not given any mark. There's no marks given to task response. So that means whatever you speak with some important points, that doesn't have any mark. They do not carry any mark. So it's not what you speak. Rather, it's how you speak. How you speak with respect to fluency, coherence, lexical resource, grammar, sentence structures could be tenses and pronunciation. Do I speak this important keyword? You speak or not, you end up getting the same mark. So don't have to worry about the content because task response is not given any mark. Well, the fourth problem is try to be perfect towards developing content using bulletins given. Well, there will be a question and there will be some bulletins given, isn't it? Describe a book you read recently. In this, talk about why you read the book, what kind of a book it is, explain the outcome. So people read this and they think these 3 things have to be answered correctly. Guys, these are the 3 bulletins given only to assist you. You can speak without these bulletins as well. Kindly understand, task response, there is no marks given. So you don't have to really worry about, like structuring your ideas, considering these bulletin points. Well, you can consider. If you don't consider also, it's fine. You may end up getting the same marks. It only depends on your quality of delivery of the speech. Not the content, not the important points. So let's take up a topic and also I'm going to show you the answer for the same and tell you what are the mistakes in that answer and how to overcome using the template or the structure which I have devised. So let's consider the same example. Describe a book you have recently read. You should say what kind of book it is, what it is about, when you read the book and explain the outcome. Well, it always does not matter. It's describe a book, something about the book. If you talk, you should be getting a mark. But let's say 1 minute time is given and the person here wrote all the things he wanted. He jotted on a lot of things and now he's ready to speak and this is what he spoke. I read a book a few weeks ago. It was a fantastic book. The book was a crime thriller. I read the book 2 weeks ago precisely as I had a lot of time due to shutdown in the office. It was a gift from my granny. The book was boring in the beginning, but then the story got my attention and it was so interesting till the end. The story was about a life journey of a kid who grew up in remote places of Afghanistan. The book narrates the brutal history of Afghanistan which marks the birthplace of the Taliban. I was so touched with its story, I could get vivid images of all such terrified people who lost their lives to Taliban. Not just this, it also talks about the Russian soldiers and how Afghans retaliated with their weak forces. Russian army surrounded Afghanistan. It was a tough time for people of Afghan to remain, in fact, a true Afghan, not giving up the things they were robbed of. The book was given to me as a gift for my 8th birthday. And eventually, I took this book to read after a long time and it was a nice experience. The outcome was amazing. After I finished reading the book, I was really feeling sad for all the people of Afghans. I even went to discuss about the same with my dad and mom. Well, you heard the audio. How was it? Lexical resource to some extent fine. Pronunciation was clear. Fluency was good. Coherence, cohesion, zero, guys. I'm telling you. And grammar, no future tense. Entire thing was in the past and the present sometimes. Correct? Mix of sentences were not there. Most of them were simple sentences. So these are the observation. Well, you need to really know what a simple, complex, compound sentence is. You can watch my other video in the writing to understand more about it. But today what I'm going to discuss with you is, you heard the audio. The coherence, what exactly the coherence is? The connection of the ideas. The flow of the ideas. It was zero. I'm going to show you why that happened and how to solve it. So let's check this first para. I read a book a few weeks ago. It was a fantastic book. Instead, you could have told, I read a book a few weeks ago and it was a fantastic book. Two simple sentences may not, attract the examiner's mind. The next one, the book was a crime thriller. Again, one more simple sentence. I read the book 2 weeks ago precisely. It was a gift from my granny. So if you see here, the first very line says, I read a book a few weeks ago. The next line says, the book was fantastic. The third line says, the book was a crime thriller. The first 3 lines was about books. The fourth line again goes back to the first line. I read the book 2 weeks ago precisely. The fifth line talks about it was a gift from my granny. All are independent ideas. None of them are related. The sixth line again comes back to the book was a crime thriller, and the second line has been linked to the sixth line. The book was boring in the beginning, but then the story got my attention. And then the seventh line says the story was about a life journey of a kid who grew up in remote places of Afghanistan. Well, this was the problem. If you speak like this, believe me, coherence quotient will be 4 or 5 out of 9. Even if you have good grammar, vocabulary and pronunciation, let's say for all of them you got 7.5 or 8, and coherence is 5, end up getting 6.5 towards the end. What I'm telling you, so many of my students got 8 and one got 8.59 straight away in the very first attempt, because there is a way out. Content is not given importance. Coherence is the screenplay. Let's say you're watching a movie. The screenplay is nothing but a coherence. There are good directors, there are bad directors. There are good movies, there are bad movies. So now storytelling is an art. It should look like as if someone is glued to your story. That should happen. On the other hand, if you end up speaking one line here, one line, just shooting out random thoughts, that will not get you any mark. That's the coherence. The content is not given preference, but coherence is given the preference. So the next big question is how to solve this problem of coherence. Nakul, you know what? I have to speak for 2 minutes, man. Come on, it's so difficult. You go and sit in front of the examiner, you understand how difficult it is to entertain the examiner for the straight 2 minutes. See, there are a lot of problems in the histories have been solved. How a bigger problem, when you break it down into a smaller one, may not look like a problem at all. So the problem is that 2 minutes is the factor. 2 minutes is a very big window of time, isn't it? Considering you have to endlessly speak for 2 minutes. So the bigger problem can be resolved by using a simple technique called divide and conquer. The 2 minute time interval, you're going to divide them into 30 seconds of 4. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 30 second, 30 second, 2 minutes. So this 30 second is your problem now. You fix this 30 second problem. Take up one more 30 second problem. One more 30 second problem. One more 30 second problem. This is how you bring a bigger problem to a smaller problem. And solving this smaller problem is easy. 30 seconds you can do it, man. But you should do it for 4 times. I'm going to talk about a structure now. The structure or the template that will help you fix the problem of coherence. And once the coherence is fixed, fluency automatically will be better. You would know what you're speaking. You would try to speak fluently. And vocabulary and the pronunciation will also be fixed. I'll explain you how. So the first step in addressing this problem is to divide the time. You're going to divide it into 30 seconds, 1 minute and 30 seconds. 3 divisions, stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. So let's talk about the actual structure which you all are waiting for. So first is the background information, 30 seconds approximately. So that's the one idea. We're going to talk about it. So background information helps you talk in the past tense. The grammar is fixed. Of course, coherence is fixed already because you're going to go with a structure. Past tense you're going to use here. I'm going to come back in just a while, and then you go to the main idea wherein you entertain the speaker with 20 seconds of the time window separated, collectively called 60 seconds. Three ideas you're going to introduce, we're going to talk about it, and then you talk about the possibility in the future. So background information for 30 seconds, main idea for 1 minute, now it's 1 minute 30 second over, and talk about the possibility in the future, 20 to 30 seconds. We will talk about it in just a while as to what exactly I meant, but the third one, talk about the possibility in the future, is all about future tense. Background information is the past tense. Main idea, you mix all the tenses the way you want it, so there's a mixture of tenses. And after doing this, let's say the speaker has not told you to stop. You have to still speak, then you conclude it. Have this as a backup. If remaining time is there, you just conclude it. We will talk in detail how to fill this 30-second window of time for the background information, the 60-second for the main idea, then 30 second for the future ideas, or you talk about the possibility in the future, and then conclusion. Well, before we go further, like I've been telling you since beginning, you have to watch my other video, part 1 video, because there I've given you a structure, and if you properly see it through, it almost covers 20 to 25 seconds of your time, depending on the person as to how the person wants to speak. The same thing we're going to bring it here, guys. It's as simple as that. That structure had, let's say there's a question, what kind of place is your native village? Answer to the prompt, 1 sentence, simple sentence. Then take a complex sentence and then conclude it. The 3 sentences approximately takes you 18 to 25 seconds. Correct? Approximately 20 to 22 seconds, you can kill the time there, and coherence is precise. Your fluency will be good because you know what you're talking about, and grammar is fixed because there are complex sentences and compound sentences already in the structure. So if you have not watched the video, I'll again tell you go and watch that first so that your doubts will be clear, and then you can resume the next part of it. So this was the structure for the part 1, which I've already shared in the other video. Answer to the point, and then you paraphrase it, and then you give a conclusion. But let's say you're going to talk more about it, then you say, in addition, moreover, and add another point. It's just 3 lines, but you're going to talk about only one particular thing. You're not going to bring multiple things. For example, this is the question, what kind of place is it? My village is considered one of the scenic places in my state. That is answer to the prompt. Next, paraphrase. As, see, you're starting with as, since, when, although. They all belong to a complex sentence structure. As my village is situated on the hill, it offers some amazing view of the nearby lakes and a picturesque view of the greenery that surrounds it. Due to this, consequently, as a result, this attracts, thus it attracts, anything is fine, thus or this attracts a lot of tourists every year, especially during winter. It approximately takes you 20 seconds to finish this, but the best part is grammar is fixed because you're using a mix of sentences, and coherence is fixed, and once coherence is fixed, fluency will be automatically fixed. So we're going to take this up to the same question here, background information. Like I told you, the first step is the background information for the question cue card. 30 seconds approximately you would speak. You're going to start with a fixed template. I would like to talk about a book that I read few weeks ago. Firstly, to add few pointers to this, I must really admit that there is a fantastic story, there's a nice story attached with this. So these are called predefined templates you can use. Can I use? Certainly you can use. How would the examiner know that you are telling it on the fly? So the next is the part 1 structure we're going to use with a predefined beginning template. When I was small, when I was in my secondary schooling, when I was in my college, when I was at my 8 years of old birthday party, could be anything. You start with that and add a main idea, and then you paraphrase it, although, since, when, blah 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 blah, and then you conclude it, or you say one more idea. So this is the one in the red is the part 1 structure, which will approximately takes 20 seconds. I would like to talk about, firstly, to add few points, approximately takes about 10 to 12 seconds, so 30 seconds approximately you will finish easily by talking about the background information. So let's talk about the same book. How do we do that? I would like to talk about a book that I recently read. Firstly, to add few pointers to this, I must admit that there is a nice story that's attached with this. When I was 8 years old, so now we brought that structure of the part 1. When I was 8-year-old, my grandmom gifted me a book for my birthday, Answer to the Prompt. Now paraphrase it. Although I never had a chance to see how the story uncovers itself due to exams and continuous assessments for a very long period, I always waited for that day to read it. Now conclude it. Or ended up with another main idea. Anything is fine. So recently when I got off from my office for a week, I took this book to read it. So far we finished the background information, the first part. How easy was it? You have a structure, 30 seconds you divide and you go on talking about it. Things will fall in place easily. So the next step is we go on to see how that 1 minute time, how do we kill it? So far we finished the background information, which approximately lasts for 30 seconds with only one idea. Now we go to main idea, 60 seconds. So we need 3 ideas here because 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Or if you can speak for 30 seconds, the 2 idea is also fine. You can manipulate it the way you want it. So this is what I would suggest. 3 ideas you're going to figure out in that 1 minute preparation time prior to starting the speech. So one idea, simple sentence, use one bulletin to develop the idea if you really want, or you can do it in any way you want it. If you don't want to see the bulletin, you don't see. If you want to see, you see. But for that one idea, you somehow get one idea, and then although one sentence use a complex sentence and due to this conclude it, that becomes a 20-second. And now the most important point is don't simply start another main idea. You have to use the connector, the signpost. Another interesting point is that talk about the second idea and then again a complex sentence and then conclude it. And then don't simply jump to the third idea to add further and then talk about the third main idea, although, since, when, blah blah blah, and then finish it off with hence. So basically what we're doing is we're dividing the window of time of 60 seconds into 3 different segments of each part 1, part 1, part 1. Part 1 structure, part 1 speaking ions, part 1 the same structure I'm going to use, but I'm going to do it with 3 different main idea. So here all the ideas are connected. One main idea is only within that, and then second main idea is another interesting point is that it's within that, and then to add further another main idea is within that. No ideas are randomly short. Every idea is articulated well enough, and there are some pointers, like another interesting point is that to add further. So examiner knows that you are going step by step in the order. So let's see the small demonstration of that. The book was about a life journey of a kid who grew up in remote places of Afghanistan. That's my main idea, and then I'm going to talk more about it. Although the book was a little boring in the beginning, I soon got a grip on the story, and due to this, I was able to complete or finish reading the book within 2 days. So you can speak anything, but there has to be a coherence, perfection. The next main idea is another interesting point is that the book narrates the brutal history of Afghanistan, which marks the birthplace of Taliban. That is my main idea. Now I say something, continuation of that. When I read it, I could get all the vivid images of such terrified people who lost their lives to Taliban. I'm continuing talking about Taliban only. You can talk anything, but continue talking about what you spoke in the main idea. So due to this, or consequently, I was so touched with its story. So now we finished the second part, the last part of the 1 minute window of time to add further. It also explains the brutal behavior. I got one more main idea in between. Russian soldiers and how Afghans fought back or retaliated with their weak forces. Now I'm going to paraphrase. I'm going to give more information about it. Since it was surrounded by Russian army, it was a tough time for people of Afghan to remain a true Afghan and not giving up things they were robbed of. All in all, it was a book that narrates you the history in the writer's true words. Anything but conclude it. So far we finished the background information, which lasted for 30 seconds, wherein most of the preference went towards using a past tense. So here, mixture of whatever you want to use, and now we're going to talk about the future tense. Talk about the possibility in the future. Just one idea. 20 to 25 or 30 seconds you will speak. Do I have a template for that? Certainly yes. To talk about the possibility in the future. Also in the coming days, if when anything you say a one main idea and then although or due to or hence. Let's check that as well. How do I do that? Also in the coming days, if I get a chance to read a book, I would prefer to take up something similar to this book which narrates the clear history that's worth visiting. I'm going to paraphrase, I'm going to continue talking about the book only which directs the history. Since knowing the past, I'm still talking about the history or the past. Since knowing the past always helps you in present, reading it in the form of a novel will be the next big thing that can happen. So, I'm concluding it. Reading will become more fun if it is related to something real or something that our parents or grandparents have already witnessed. Michael, I have a question here. You said also in the coming days. Can it fit to whatever the question there is? Certainly yes. See, what I'm telling you, it's only you who are thinking that task response has to be perfect. For any question, you can say also in the coming days, if I were given a chance, anything, let's say this, the topic is about your friend. Also in the coming days, if I were to talk to my friend, whatever you want, you speak. Content is not given mark, but you have to use the future tense. I would like to. If I get a chance, I would do this. You have to bring up those words for the examiner to give you more than 7 or 8 bands. Hope you understood that. So far we finished the background information, main idea, talk about the possibility in the future, and if time is still there, you have to conclude it. And how do you conclude? So, I would like to conclude by saying, or you can say, so to conclude, you talk about that. This book opened a new perspective for me in terms of choosing a book to read, a novel, and overall it was a fantabulous experience. I really hope you understood a different analogy, a different perspective. So now the next big question is how to make use of that 1 minute timer in the beginning. You're aware that 1 minute will be given to you in the beginning. So how do we make use of that? Very simple. The background information. That's actually very easy compared to the main idea, isn't it? You can say when I was blah blah blah, you can somehow cook up the story. And also the future thing. Also in the coming days. If I were given a chance, if I would like to, it's also you can cook up on the fly. It should not be a big problem, but the central one, the main idea wherein 3 different ideas you have to speak with the structure of the part 1, I am speaking 1. So that is the difficult one. So what I would personally suggest, use your 1 minute timer. Out of 1 minute, at least 40 seconds you use to develop 3 main idea and just write one idea and one idea. So you know what you have to speak. If you have the main idea, you can cook up the story with that supporting idea and then conclusion. Correct? So that you make use of it to do this, getting it right. And still if you have a time left, let's say another 20 seconds or 15 seconds, then you think about the future and the background information and then be ready to start speaking. See, background information, you can think only towards the end of the timer. Correct? So in that way you practice. Something you think in the beginning you may not deliver after 1 minute. So towards the end of that 1 minute timer, you think of what can I give about the background information. Write it down and then start speaking. Things should fall in place. I really hope that this video was informative and you made use of the video in the fullest way possible. If you haven't subscribed the channel, I request you to subscribe the channel, and very soon I'm going to come back with the part 3 which is pending. Saying this, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks so much for your time. It really means a lot. I'm going to come back with the next video. Till then, take care guys. Bye bye.